Very good afternoon to you all. The Angami Youth Organization, Amigan verification taxi laga, Korea laga details kan, Amigan press media laga share gole muna se. First 8 days, digine muhan taxi kan verify group digine 8 days time dije. Nawalebi Amigan number of taxis turning up. Aro ek din de taxi verify gule pare abi morning 9 bara shuru gune rati 6 tok guli thagi je. Nawalebi cover gule na pare hora another 3 days extension digine mugan taxi kan verify guli je. Inya guri gine last week tok Amigan ki verify gule thagi je para to kitu kan guri je. Inya guri gine kumba ekta duita doubtful thaka khan itu khan aro rectify gule khan olop time lagi je itu wara itu khan sa kotom ha bisi de aji ami khan office bears khan field de jai gine gari kiman verified hui gina ja aro gari kiman da verified na hui gina pola je itu khan big bar sa hui gina aji jai gine taxi parking han de jai gine sai je inya sai gina halaga report khan itia ami khan laga committee members khan tai khan starting from the convener aro alag members kan ekjun guri gine details kan apni kan logde share guri dibo.
Okay, very good afternoon to the media persons, and thank you once again for coming and covering about our taxi verification. Itu ami kan first ayo kan taxi kan verification Korea do. First press conference tebi janai dise bolebi ami kan hunise ki public kan itu kotha bisi ja ase kile itu verification gurubo lage bolebi NGO ekta bara ai kine inia ka Korea do itu thik nai iniga kotha kan bisi ja ase itu kan bi mukhan hunise itu kare itia moi itu time logina aro ekbar manu khange public khange kile itu kurise itu mukhan nala idea do olop manu khange kobole monase 2024 te amikhan RTI ekta RTO de regional transport office te tate file kurise reply pa do amikhan reply do sai kine amikhan satisfactory hwa nai itu kile satisfactory hwa nai itu do the first point is 2022 6 July tate order ekta dise ki itu order de itia bara taxi permit to issue na kuri jabo iniga order laise. However, surpassing this government standing order, we find that so many taxi permits are being issued against this standing order. Itu mohan number kan sai tagiado up to 577 or more taxi 577 or more itu permit kan illegally issued kuri dia laga itu mohan finding stop itu paisi aro itu ami kan bahare taxi owners kan hobi drivers kan hobi huda hudi kura time de taxi permit to apni han kimam bara banaise ineka hodia do. Yes, there are some few taxis, some few permits who have acquired their permits through the proper procedures. Holebi bishi bardo ami kan khobor paise ki 75,000, 70,000, 80,000 up to 95,000 tak permit to kini bole imam bara kinya itu bi ami kan dikhise itu karone ami kan itu taxi do it is for unemployed youth to is the government or is the concerned department not robbing this unemployed youth in a one question be mohan itu bi ene question kurishi itu karone we have to go for verification to get the findings to get the fact in a karone to verification bi suru kurise aro ami khan dikhi ase Kohima de saise kole to almost all the empty spaces in Kohima town are being occupied as taxi stands. There is no more empty space for private vehicles or for emergencies to park their vehicles. Itu karone verification kurigine itu khan bi aro alop space bi create kuri paribola itu babik ni ami khan itu khan bi kurise. Gari komba illegally permit na thakina original permit na paine after the registration of the vehicle they simply painted the vehicles into taxi color and they're applying so it can be question de hishe it karone verification to ebar jabo lagibo inika hishe aro traffic jam do mukhan sob jani ase more than 3,000 taxis flying in Kohima in this very small smart city of Kohima. So if it is like that, then how will the growth of the town be possible? Inagabi mukhan laga concern de hai jaise. So as an NGO and the local guardian of this Kohima town, we find ourselves responsible at least to create space and to do something good for our people. Itu karone mohan verification jaise. And then ami khan bahar e sado taxi bishi do very old already, very old. Itu can be feed asana nai, itu be concerned de jaise. Aro we see some drivers not in order. Itu can be dikhise. Itu karone we have to verify and get the proper data so that the safety of the commuters, the passengers, will also be put into place. Iniga ita babine amigan verification to suru kurish de. Itu bara points bi bishi ase. Holebi those are some of the concerning points that comes to our office. Itu karone amigan verification to suru kurish. Verification Korea do American President Coalition total 12 days American law in a verification Korea. To 12 days the verification Korea do American findings iniga seki permit validity itu thik na thakia gari bishi ase. Aro permit validity to for a local taxi, say example, it will local taxi italo permit to it is valid for 5 years, and after that he or she can go for renewal iniga itase. However, kumba taxi do more than 2-3 decades renew kurine jalaga it will be dikhise. So will that taxi be fit to carry a passenger? Iniga ita question bi ase. Aro permit sado permit bishi expired hone thakise aro gari bishi pollution hobi noli fitness hobi itu kan check na kuri na thakya bishi ami kan data kan sob collect kuri gina ase aro permit be issued against minor itu bi paise 7 years old 8 years old itu kan tak permit paina thakala itu bi mukhan findings te paise aro permit renew kure time de it is done in proxy. Eto kile proxy de kure ase kore to the taxi permit is clearly in the permit it is clearly mentioned that the permit is non-transferable. However, permit to bikai na aro gari to bikai gine second owner, third owner, fourth, fifth owner tak thakya ini hakambi boshi paise aro original permit holder do say example permit holder tala nam A ase bolebi who is this particular person A itu concern na loikine the person B himself goes and do renewal for the permit iniga tabi amyala finding ne paise itu karone the renewal of the taxi permits are being done in proxies aro A laga nam de B laga passport photo itu rakhi ne thakala itu kan bi saise So how these are happening inika amikhan itu sawal bi itu concern department ke bi aru hudi ase aru if the taxi permits or if the taxis are being given for to create employment kile itu permit kan do government servants kan itu hold kuribole pari ase itu bi question da ase aru a single person is acquiring more than 3-4 permits inika laga bi ase itu karne amian la findings de itu kan finding paise itu karne mon la finding itu kan sob milai gina ami kan concern department ke bi nolbi government ke bi request kuro mon thakia to let the state government come or put out concrete on state transport policy nijo laga state laga transport policy ekta ahibo lagibo neki iniga ami kan request itu dia ase aru ami la friend bara data kan itu kan alop koi dibo kiman verify kurise kiman first owner ase kiman second owner ase itu han sob ami la friend bara share koi dibo thank you.
Good afternoon aru media friends kange things dia ase aru moi itu data nako agi de on behalf of IO office man itu owners kan aru drivers kan give things dia ase itu takan travel lo ine ine office ya ine verify kura do aru mohana findings ine ga ase so far total vehicle verified and issued sticker to 2412 and out of 2412 only 843 taxis are with the fresh owner. Rest are second till some are even this up to fifth owner. Na taxi pikai ne transfer grado. Itu handu 1569 ase. Second to fifth owner. Aru number of taxis poles NL01TA0703. Itu 448 ase. 448. Aru itu mahan driver kan saisi kuli itu local drivers kiman ase non local kiman ase itu ekbar itu bi mahan tiba kursia sama kursia to non local drivers kan do 544 sorry mahan finding se aru nijor la taxi thage aru nijor driving kurne kama kan do 1109 aru number of taxis non-indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland la harte thagando 415 ase non-indigenous owners aru man owners e sadu itu sathi bra konishna double permit thagan bi si ase aru family de mota maiki bacha han la nam de permit thaga ekta family de 2-3 permits thaga bi paise aru repetition hoje holibi 7 and 8 year old girls duita itu taxi permit pa laga bi itu bi paise aru owners kan kumba do kila hisab rasi ne jinali bi takhala connection thage rasi na kina jinali taxi permit lobo within a month or two taxi permit to pikai diu tan drive kuribo gari kinine kamabo itu nangine tan business kurala bi paise khali taxi permit logine aru do post 0703 kanne friendly conversation kuringe mahan padu satyawan konishna kumbadu 40 50 75 85 or highest 95 amount pay gurne taxi permit ba laga ase aru kumbadu sida sida go kodera kina paisyo goli do minister line bara paise nabi ko abi man paise de aru drivers kan edu many drivers without anta ID card itu apply rala bi itu bisi paise de aru de mokhan na suggestion han bi ko dise ole kumba sathi han kumba bra supplement ko de mokhan fain
Itia committee members kan dara brief kuri dia nisna yada angami youth organization laga motive aro idea do bile do agire kui daga nisna amigan aine unregulated number of taxis thaga han traffic jam na issue gan parking laga han idu gan sob gwa ase na the foremost and important thing is that moi khan educated unemployed iman ase aro taxi itu tu hule tu itu consumer service ekta do hule tu ami khan manu bishi ga modok gula parole laga ase aro jodi itu permit proper channel bara regional transport authority logote jaisi hule tu it is just a nominal amount ase ininga guri kine utu manu kun permit paise tai bara to permit tu le to tai logote usually 5 years kane die tai road tax every year renew guribo inia gana after 5 years pichite tai aro ta laga permit tu aro renew guribo but road tax to tai every year tai to iniga hoise gule to the genuine person or the deserving person do hoise gule to proportional de jaise gule to tai he could have saved age the kuida is na 90-80,000 rupees tai save pole parole laga ase aro deserving na pai gine kun puisa ase upai na thaki gine manu logote loan bi lui gine inia cases bi bishi thakibo idu ora ami kana concept tu hule do itu system bal ora streamline guri di gine ami khan not only taxi ekla na hoi gine ahi gine pa manu ge hulibi tai laga source of income guri dibi tai ki dia earn gure iniga hole do tai bi economy de amala economy ni bi contribute gura ekta ase itu ora ami kana concern do hule do ami khan DC Kohima DC regional transport authority ki bi ko do hule do permit khan itia bara henceforth issue guru gulise gule do ami khan itia scooty daga is permit kiniga dia ase itu nijna ba bara tahan logode bi interview bi kuri gine tahan ge not only owning the taxi but I gonna drive bi kuri gine nijo earn gule to encourage ko lage gine DC ki bi price kurise agir ami khan committee member ko daga nijna ami khan yede ai gine to problem so face kura to gule do ami khan the state does not have its own motor transport policy ami khan itia dole do jagine national transport policy he chola ase so very soon if it is felt pertinent that the Angami Youth Organization should write to the government or for that matter through this press conference we would also like to put forward our suggestion that the government should also table a bill in the assembly to have our own motor transport policy bill haligina ami khan ek pass kurigina kiniga hole do ami khan la youth khan karne bal hobo itu khan streamline itu khan policies bal khan anigina ami khan naga manu khan gi dibi gugine to bi government ge request kurle muna je the second thing is the other thing is taxi khan time dule laga bi sufficient time di dije itu ora itia do hole do taxi khan verified na gura khan do hole do let us assume and let us be of the opinion that tahan documents tik nai na hole bi tahan gari tik nai itu ora verify gula hanai ora henceforth verified na thaga taxi khan pola ole na dibo aro polai gine jodi durise gule do ami khan Angami Youth Organization khan tahan la pore ki action luise gule bi they will be held solely responsible ininga guri gine aji henceforth aji ora taxis khan apply gule without verified na gune pola ole na dibo aro ami khan taxi services chula manu khan gule bi itu verified stickers thaga han logode he services khan lubi inia hoise gule do moi khan bitor hole bi genuine garis khan pola ole dibo ami khan problem ki face kure ase itu khan somehow to a certain level moi khan laga problem khan bi solve hole laga ekta ase dura through this press conference ami khan common public khan gi bi appeal kura do hole do ami khan verified stickers khan he chola bi de gari khan kuine sob ke request kura ase
is for the NL01 TE conduct.
approach in the sense
that it one key could how did they issue and now what are they going to do without even having the permission of issuing the licenses?
itu kana ami khan itia kui thaga nisna ahi gine tai laga loopholes kan itu kan ase kui gina ami khan through this press media itu lai di gina ase itu kui thaga nisna ahi gine I think this is also one of the most appropriate forum where we have already highlighted and also disclosed the lapses as well as the loopholes in the issuing of taxi permits or for that matter with the service related of the taxi. Itu wara the competent authority as we speak here, the Deputy Commissioner is the Regional Transport Authority, he is the chairman. Or for that matter, the Chief Secretary is the chairman of the State Transport Authority. So I think these are the two competent authorities who are in a position to address to all these loopholes as well as the lapses that we have already disclosed to this press media.
So from your side too, you don't have any specific demand as such that those permits issued after.
See, as we have said, these people are going to taxi permit kina handle do agire kui than is na nijo self drive kura handle do 1109 as de nijo taxi than nijo drive kura. Aro from what the committee has found out is that it will NL 070A0703 laga piche number dia handle do maximum of them they are driving by themselves. NL01TA0703 itu laga drivers khan aro malik khan do ekjun ha je. So it can give the conclusion that tai khan iman paisa luigine invest kurigine kuda olive just kurigine anigine iman tera ase. For us, we are of the opinion that to victimize the owners, or for that matter, taxi permit law hangi to hangi victimize kurle to out of question as nagi bagase. Kile mane system niga ase normal apply kuise kule to true proportional apply kuise kule to na pai paisa dile to hai law ase to niga hua. I think it is now upon the authority. Tai kan kiniga ahigine to permit kan iniga issue kuri dise. Itu to le to ahigine not the person who have acquired the taxi permits, but dia laga opor hai problem do la ase. Aro itu kui daran is na the repeat kura na olebi ami kan ahigine taxi permit dia do olebi ekta amogan dekha do le do taxi permits are not transferable itu ase. Otherwise there are no criteria or no credentials itu hule to dibo to like kunai. Itu ora all these problems is coming up because there is no motor transport policy. Ekhe nai mohang lode. Itu ora issue grado hule bi taihan laga khushi kiniga dibo hule bi tana khushi. Itu ora ami kan ahigine system do hule do. The foremost and important thing now here is that I think the state should have its own motor transport policy. Iniga hoje hule do ami kan ki ase guidelines kan hule bi aru kun benefit pawo lage itu kan bi mukan itu kan olai hule do. I think these are all an ultimate thing once the motor transport policy comes into picture.
So abnigal findings to is regular or normal apply for like kiman ase.
See, even some of us ahigine kumba do hule do since government service program anu bi ase to genuine apply grant do le do as far as we are concerned we don't even pay 3,000 for 5 years permit. Your road tax hardly you'll be paying around some 1,000 plus amount. Your pollution is another thing. Itu do le do 100 rupees para bi apni laga pollution kan provided you bring your vehicle and then check it. Iniga ase to hardly say apni laga for 5 years you are paying a maximum amount of 3,000 and then apni kan per year apni laga road tax kuria to le do you're just paying not even 2,000 also with your pollution fitness kan itu kan kurigine. To inia hwa do le do. But someone who has already purchased the permit with 95,000 is also paying the same amount. Because tabi 5 years tatala permit renew lage aro tai laga road tax bi every year ta hole lage. To itu gora ekta taxi driver ekta living depending on his vehicle for his earning to get back that 95,000. I think it is a very big amount for someone with such employment. It is a very big deal for him.
Okay, apni vidya do kimambara taxi permit to pabo lage inega de ami khan verification kure time de itu undertaking ekta tage yade sign kure time de one remarks koi na rake to all these records are with us. Ami khan vidya talk to those who go to the RTO through proper channel and acquire their permits. Itu kan do processing charge 1,500 to 3,000 itu bitore pekai. Kumba do innocently ko do mian do manoge hi kurele dije do gane moi do cha pani bi khabe ko ne 10,000 dise ko ase. But the rest though, there may be some brokers in between the department and the buyers. Itu brokers can business kure na kiniga kure ase. Itu the permit holder knows the best. Itu kan 60,000 db aro permit to loi jabi inega ekta. There is an instance ekta ase itu moitik mola cousin brother ekta ase. I will tell that example. He is an unemployed youth. Tai gari kinibi goise kinishe permit dibo goise kheta ase. Gari kinine ready goine thaise permit to lop time lo ase. So he go to the RTO to get the permit. Idu time de tai laga documents ki khando RTO de ek jombara, I will not tell the designation. Ek jombara ta laga post khan hoise tai office bitori janai bahare thagise. Iniga thagina permit to anigine tai tagi dise. Permit aniabi itu bai laga naam de ane nai. Itu maike ekta laga tai na jania ekta laga naam de permit to ahi jaise. To you have to pay 65,000 in a position. To bahare taijon in a transit going at taxi permit loan. So regarding this, those unemployed youth who acquired a permit by buying and all these things, so we are not in a position to victimize them, or we are not in a position to give them any ultimatum or punish. As our president has clearly mentioned, the concerned authority should look into that matter.
Ordinarily, streamline grow in our region. So now you have found so many anomalies in the department. So after your findings, if you are just going to give a press conference and then conclude here, how do you think the department will take an action unless you give something to them?
No, see, I get a bit greedy here, but I think now our main concern here is the suggestion, or for that matter, the recommendation for bringing about state motor transport policy. If required, I think Angam Youth Organization is very much willing forward to put up a representation to the government. For that matter, the chairman of the state motor transport authority, we are willing. Doesn't mean that we will not write, but in due course, befitting representation may be given to the government.